Hi, this is David Turner, and I'm going to provide a walkthrough in this video of this exercise called datastore. And this is part of a course I'm teaching called server programming. So let's take a look at this. The purpose of this assignment is to learn about the Google App Engine datastore and how to access it from a Java application. And in this assignment, we're going to give some ability to what's called the admin user. We're going to give that ability to the admin user to edit a welcome message that's going to be displayed to everyone visiting the application. So this welcome message will appear on some kind of a home page. Now we want the welcome message to persist through restarts of the server. And for that reason, we're going to store whatever text the admin user sets. We're going to store that text in the datastore. So in the rest of these instructions, I give links into the documentation and some extra requirements that you should take a look at, that we will do. Alright, so to get started, I'm going to start up Eclipse. There it is. Oh. And that's the workspace that I want to use. Let's take a look at what I currently have deployed here. It's this is the URL. No, this is not it. csusbdt405.appspot.com. So this is what I currently have deployed. It's just one of the example templates that is provided by the Bootstrap project. So here's the application source code, and just to see that this is running, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do debug as web application. It's going to run this in debug mode so that I can set breakpoints. So that's starting up. And here's the URL here to the locally running application. Let's just verify that that's working. So this is the remote application. We'll look at that later after we deploy. So here's the remotely running version. I'm sorry, the locally running version. So you can see there's a nice area. This is called the hero unit, and just a kind of a center of your message for this web page. This what we'll do is we'll set the welcome message here. And leave the rest alone for now. I actually haven't looked at this much. There are some other links in here that don't do anything at this point. Okay, so let's. What we'll do is we'll set this this message text right in there. Let's just get comfortable with that template. And just going to work on this this code a little bit. This is from that Bootstrap project, so let's maximize that. And so this is the this will be my my csusbdt405 application. And I don't really have a purpose for this other than to create illustrations of different things that are useful to learn in this class. Here's the CSS that came from the Bootstrap project, and here's some style, locally defined style, and some more CSS that's related to responsive design. And here's some adjustment for Internet Explorer. That's if the version is less than version 9. And I'm not sure about this. I'm going to leave that in as it is. And here's some icons. Just some spacing here is off. Clean that up a little bit. I think these are icons that are recognized by iOS. And I don't know about this one. Maybe iOS as well. And then here's the body. And let's find where that welcome message is. Yeah, this section here is right in there. I can see that section corresponds to this this little expanding menu. So we'll leave that alone for now. We have another section here called container. Here they label it the hero unit. And here's the, I'll change this. This is going to be message. Let's say message from admin. And this will be the message. I don't have to do it the slow way there. So put the message and I'll just put it in like that. The message to be replaced. And I like that button. I'm just going to leave that alone for now. Let's take a look at whether I'm in the right area here. Just to refresh there. There it is. The message to be replaced. So I'll have the admin user set this this message. Let's see how to do that. So we'll use Ajax. Now that means we'll set the content of this this paragraph with JavaScript. So we'll need to access this paragraph. An easy way to do that is to assign it an ID. I'll call this the admin message, and we'll overwrite that text. Let's see how I'm going to do this. Here's the index here. This is the JavaScript folder. And I think what I'll do is I'll create the JavaScript for this function here. So let's this will be main. Maybe I'll leave it right inside index.html. All right. And, you know, this is the first time I've seen a mention of why current developers are putting loading their JavaScript at the bottom of the body element. See, this is the end of the body element. You'll see there's a big block of script tags here, and the comment in this template is that this location at the bottom of the body element lets the page load faster. So that's a clear reason to do that. Just going to take that out. And these have all been commented out. I believe that those are inserted into this one right here. And so I don't think I'll need that. But I will, yeah, I'll just have everything done locally here. Let's take that out. And I'll have some local script in here. There it is. Just reuse that script element. So here's some script. Let's run our initialization code here, and you can see what I'm doing here is I'm using the Ajax, the jQuery function $, and I'm passing into that function here. This is the argument to that function. This is an anonymous function, and this will be run. This function will be invoked when the DOM, the document object model, is been initialized and ready to be accessed. So that's in fact what we want. And so when the page is loaded, what we'll do is we're going to grab that paragraph up there, and that's with an ID of admin message. See, I use the hash mark here because this is an ID. This is a CSS, what do you call it? CSS, I can't remember the term. Anyway, that's how you locate the element in the web page using CSS technology. And let's see, this is the, so what we'll do here, so this is not a function. So what we'll do is once we get this element, we'll set its content, and I think you do it like this. We'll set it to a new message here. Just do it like that. Let's just see if that works. A new message here. So it does run. Now what we want to do is, of course, get the message from the database, from the data store. So this function will be invoked as a result of an Ajax call to one of our servlets, and that servlet will reach into the data store and return the new message. So let's take a look at how to do that. And what I'll do is use jQuery to call this to do the Ajax transaction. And so here we'll need to call Ajax. We're going to pass in an object, and that configures. We place all the information that jQuery needs to know as an object. And in there, I know that there's a. I'm just going to reconstruct this from memory. There's a field in there which is the success function. And this is the thing that runs when the Ajax is successful, when the Ajax command or is returned successfully. Let's take a look here. So there's some arguments in there. I'm going to ignore that for now, and I'll say Ajax completed. Ajax call completed successfully. Successfully, like that. Okay. And let's see what else is there. I think there is something like a URL, and this is where to request the thing. Let's see. Let's call it the. I'll say get admin message. Get admin message, and then there it is. Let's try this. So we need a servlet that responds to this get admin message. In fact, let's just keep it simple. Let's try. Let's just do .xml right now to see if that works. And we'll go ahead and create an XML file. So I'm doing this incrementally. Let's create a new file here. Just trying to get the problem solved one step at a time. So you can see there's two tabs down here: Design tab, Source tab. Let's click on Source. This is an XML document. So you know, there's a valid document right there. Just to keep it simple. So we're not going to use that document. It gets returned to us. So just I'm going to run this here. And there is a failure as well. Let's do the failure. Let's do that fail. I'm going to test, and we'll test that. This is it fail or failure? Ajax call failed. Yeah, I could make a joke here, but I won't. Ajax call failed. Ajax call succeeded. Just to keep things balanced. Alright, let's see if this works. Nothing. Get is not defined. This is get admin message .xml. So get is not defined. So we do it like this. Get is not defined. This is 114. Let's look at line 114. It says get is not defined. I think this is URL. Oh, you know what? This has to be a string. It was interpreting this as a variable. It was an identifier of an object, and which is not the case. So we're going to need to make that a string. Let's try that now. Okay. All right. Let's go in here. And Ajax call succeeded. Great. We got that working. Now let's make it fail. And I'll just put an X right there. So this resource doesn't exist. Let's see if that fails now. The message to be replaced Look at this, 404 not found. It's just generating an exception here. It doesn't, how do we get, is it fail? Maybe it's fail. Let me try that. Let me try fail here. Still no good. Alright. I think that's as far as I can go without documentation. And last year I created an application for this class called the GIA, the Google App Engine Message Application. I'm going to take a look at that, and I can use that to remind me of things, how to get things done. So let's see, that would be in war, and here's the index file. Not much going on in there. This is JavaScript. So I'm not using any JavaScript. Alright, so I'm only, this application is not good for JavaScript. I'm going to need a different example. Alright, let me look that up then. I'll go to my GitHub site here. Maybe this one. Let's see if I have any example of JavaScript in here. And let's see, we have jQuery mobile, but no Ajax in there. All right, so I just got to look it up. jQuery.com, and let's look at the documentation. Somewhere in here, there's Ajax error. Register a handler to be called an Ajax request complete with an error. So this is a global error handling function that you can set, and that is convenient to have. And I have a good example of that somewhere in my code, but I don't want to spend the time looking that up, so I'm just going to take a look in here. So this is the Ajax call, and you'll see these are when you call Ajax, you pass in the settings object, and you can see in here that this is complete. This is after success and error callbacks. So, oh, error, that must be it. That must be the name. There it is, error right here. It's called error, not fail or failure. It's error. Let's find that thing. Let's see if that works. Ajax called failed. We got it. And we caught that. It still generates this this error. I wonder if we can somehow get the keep that from generating this this exception. Maybe that's not possible. All right, so there's our. Now let's replace this rather than a static file. Let's go ahead and do this in a servlet now. I'm just going to tweak this. This is the name of the servlet. This will be the path to servlet get admin message. Copy that. Now that means in this web-inf, we're going to configure requests for this resource name to be processed by a servlet. I'm going to show you how to do that. here's the default servlet that gets created. All right, that's nicely lined up. This is the name of the servlet here, and then we have this servlet mapping section. I'm just going to break this out a little bit. Save everything. All right, so here is this servlet, and I think what I'll do is change the name of these things. So this URL pattern, this is what I'm after right now. So this is the URL pattern that when a request comes in and matches this pattern, we want it to go to our servlet. You can see this setting right here means that the client will generate a request for that resource, which then gets mapped to this named servlet. I'm going to call the servlet get admin message servlet. That is the name. And I try to follow a name convention so I can remember what things are called. And here it is. Let's call it like that. And I'm going to come back and clean this stuff up a little bit later. And I'll leave it sloppy for the time being. Actually, let me clean it up now, because it's a bad habit not to get these cleaned up in advance. Right, this should be, that is at that level. So this servlet here is part of the Google App Engine development environment. So the environment of the development system that's used to emulate the Google App Engine that runs in the cloud. Let's see this. All right, this is the servlet mapping, and I like to separate these out. I like to give these headings. These are the servlet mappings, and I'm going to go ahead and put this down here. And this is let's drop that in there. This is I believe this is ignored by when you deploy the application, but when the application runs locally, this mapping is utilized. This is the welcome file list. I'm just going to cut that, put that down here. Maybe I'll put that on the bottom. Once again, I'll give it a heading. I give everything a heading, just so I can find things more easily. This is the welcome file list. And these are the servlets. Put a little space in there. These are the servlets. And this is the servlet that we've created, and I've changed the name, so I'm going to need to grab that name. Let's copy that. And let's go in and change that name here. I'm going to right click, and we're going to refactor. Here it is, refactor, rename. This is very convenient. The name of a Java file must match, or the name of a Java class the name of a Java file must match the class or interface that's defined in the file. And it's going to update all references, so any place that depends on that name will get updated. And you'll see that the system reaches right into the code and changes the name right there. And you know, this is the default the default style. It's not my style. My style, I like to use this. I like more space, and I'll just show you how to do that. Change that. That's done. And I'll just undo that. I'll show that's a setting, and it's you can make it a project-specific setting. Here, I right-click on the project folder name, and then properties. And let's see, it's going to be in Java code style and formatter. Enable project-specific settings. Actually, I can configure the workspace settings. Why don't I do it like that? And then, is that what I want to do? I think so. So these are the formatters that you can choose from, but I don't like any of those. I'm going to create a new one. And I'm just going to call it csusbdt. And here they have braces, and I like these to be on the next line. It shows you an example on the right there of what that looks like. I'm just going to go through, and so this is a workspace level setting. And there's something else I usually do. I can't remember what it is now. New lines. Somewhere in there. I usually do something else. So this is okay. What if I apply it? Will that apply to my workspace? I don't think so. No. So here, for this file, I'll select everything, right-click, and source and format. There it is. That's my, my default format. It's not exactly what I like. I kind of like this lined up like this. So I could change that setting as well. It's probably in there somewhere. This warning suppression makes sense for this class. I don't want to get into that. So here we are. This is the content type. Says hello world. Hello. This is, and I'll say something like, let's see if this can work. It's I am admin. Let's see if we can do something like that. And, I'm not sure that that's going to work. I'm just guessing there. So this is that admin message there. Now we can in fact request that directly. I want to see if my servlet has been deployed. So look, it's you know, these error messages. It's looking for this. Why is it looking for this? Assets, ICO, favicon. Why is it looking for that? And no file found. Does that get referenced in the? I want to get rid of the warning message. It's easier to debug if you can eliminate all of your warning messages. I'm going to look at this index HTML file. Is there any reference to that icon in here? I don't. Oh, right here. Look at this. This favicon. So it says it can't find this. In fact, these are not. These are. I created a folder called ICO, and I'm going to adjust these. These are not correct. Now these are just iOS files, but this one here apparently is handled by Chrome browser. So let's take a look. I think that gets that. So I'm going to save that. Let's take a look now. Let's go back to this web page. And actually, before I do that, watch this. I'm going to clear the console window. I'll go back to the web page and refresh. Ajax call failed. Okay, that's all right. It says 404 not found. Admin message. But warning, no file found for this. Okay. Now the thing is, this is the web XML file is not reloaded automatically, so we need to shut down the server and start it up again. And I could do that here. This will shut down the server, I think. And I think there might be a better way of doing that. Let's see, display selected console. I think we're okay. I'll just try that. Just going to delete that. Not delete, but shut down. So shut down the server, clear, and just going to maximize that. Let's start up the server again. And do we have, what is this? Terminated. Alright, let's go ahead and, no, I ran that in debug mode, so I'm just going to click on this icon to start it in debug mode again. And, alright, so everything is up here. This is good. I'm going to clear the console window, and I'm going to look for that, that warning that I can't find the icon file. Ajax call failed. Also, this should succeed, maybe. It won't be 404 not found. Ajax call succeeded. Good. And here, no message, no warning. So that icon file is no good. All right, let's keep moving forward. Let's keep going here. This web XML file is good for now. Close that out. And now it's this this Ajax. We're actually getting something back from the server, but we're not displaying it. Let's go ahead and display that message. It should be, we're not actually getting it from the data store yet, we're just getting everything working first. Everything else working first. And this is the message that I want to display, and that's returned just as plain text. And I think we can grab that here. There's I think there's a field called type. And we set that to data. Let me check, that's just from memory. Data. Sorry, not data, type. Here's type. Oh, that would be get or post. Okay. The type is, the default is get. Look at that. Okay. That works. So it's not type. Must be like the data. The data would be the type of data that's returned. Data to be sent to the server. Sorry, that's not it. Data type. Yeah, so it makes an intelligent guess, which it's probably guessing right. It's either XML, JSON, script, or HTML. HTML returns HTML as plain text. Included script tags are evaluated when inserted in the DOM. And there's no, oh, look, they don't list it up here, but down there is text. This is a plain text string, so the data type is the name of the field, and the value should be on text. And that's, here we're telling jQuery that we expect a plain text string from the server. Let's stick that in there. Data type is text. There it is. And now the data is going to get passed back in here, I think. So let's take a look at that. This should be data. I think that's it. Let's experiment with that. Let's see if that works. See when the let's just do it. No error message. I am admin. It works. All right. So we got that. We're that far. And we want to go into the data store. Now we have the client pretty much set, so we can close the index file. I'm just going to focus on this. This string, we want to retrieve that from the data store. We also want to place a restriction on users who can call this. We only want the admin user to call this. But let's start by accessing the data store and get the message out of the data store. So here's my old application, and I don't need this jQuery anymore. I'll close that. Let's take a look at my old application, and you know, I'm going to break this into parts. I'm going to stop at this point, and I'm going to continue with the data store in just a moment. So I'll break this into pieces.